morning, everybody. Thank you for being here and having the patience to sit through my speech. I wanted to talk to you today about post-traumatic stress disorder and how it affects our veterans and what we can do about it. Post-traumatic stress disorder, also known as PTSD, is a very common syndrome that can affect anyone at any age, any walk of life. We see it after anyone who's been in a traumatic situation, whether a person was raped, a child in a car accident. A similar situation can occur when people have very stressful jobs. There's a stress syndrome that comes out of that. So it's a real issue for our veterans, and because I think all of us want to be good citizens in our own way. To be a good citizen in a democratic society like ours, we have to participate and take some ownership over what our government does and what we do as people, as individuals. Our veterans, they give deeply of themselves to defend our country. They risk their lives, and a great many of them come back from the wars with lasting psychological damage. And while our government does take some steps to help them, they are a bureaucracy. And whenever a bureaucracy gets involved in anything, there are hurdles and issues, and they're slow to change. So if there is a new way to do things, it might take them decades to accept it and put that on the table to help people. What I found, according to Forbes.com from the Forbes magazine, that currently there are now more suicides among active duty soldiers than there are combat deaths on a daily basis. We're seeing 22 suicides per day out of the total number of troops that we have, which I find really deeply disturbing and terrifying, that these people who have gone, be all you can be. I don't think that means to come back broken. I think that we owe it to them to help them have whole lives, complete lives, when they come back. Right now we're looking at 2.5 million people having been deployed to Iraq or Afghanistan, or both, since the beginning of those engagements. And that figure came from the Nebraska state government Department of Veterans Affairs. An estimated 7.8% of Americans will experience PTSD at some point in their lives. About 8%. That's a large number, and that it could be any of us at any point. We don't know what tomorrow holds or what it holds for our friends or family. So what are we looking at here? The government, they have some systems in place. They have medical care access for this. Their treatments involve things like physical therapy. There's a treatment where you use repatterning based on eye focus. They can prescribe medications. But as we know, the medications don't always work, as we've learned from other students in our class, that these medications are, they have side effects, and they're driven in part by profitability. Whenever something is profitable, it is pushed in our faces. And that doesn't mean it's always the right thing to do. McDonald's make a great job of marketing those hamburgers for us, but they don't promote our health, as we've talked about. And all they do is fill their pocketbooks. They don't promote our environment either, but they have great marketing people. So it turns out that there was a solution that is virtually free. Nothing's ever quite free. You still need a room, a space, a person to lead the group. But after a great deal of research that I did, it looked like the best solution I could find was that meditation effectively treats PTSD, maybe better than the others. It's new research, cutting edge research, but considering that it's free, considering that it does help some people, they know we've done, there's a university, Yale is doing research right now, cutting edge research, having people meditate while hooked up to fancy like CAT scan machines. And they can see the change in people's brain waves. And that also over time, people who are experienced meditators, that parts of their brain grow. We don't think about our brains growing much once we're past childhood, but when you're super stressed over a period of time, a critical part of your brain that I can't pronounce shrinks over time, and it makes you more reactive from the base part of your brain, the lizard part of your brain. So if you've been really stressed over a long period of time, your emotions come into play more and your thoughts come into play less. Meditation has been proven by these researchers to regrow that part of your brain, which is something that can be beneficial for all of us over time. Our lives will be stressful in one way or another. So what I wanted to do going forward is that, you know, I can't claim every veteran in the country. It's too big. I cannot fix our government. I cannot fix our health care. I don't know how. It's so big. But what we can do something here today is try to bring meditation to our veterans on this campus on a regular basis, for our veterans and for ourselves. There was a meditation program last summer called Health Matters, and I don't think it took off. It was one of the free classes that they give. I don't know if you guys have seen the signs on the wall. There's like free aerobics classes, free spin classes that any student from on the campus can go to. I think the faculty can go as well, which is wonderful. What I wanted to do is try to either bring that class back or find a new teacher, find out what it takes to bring another class or more to the students, to all the students, but especially targeted for the veterans, while addressing some of the issues that maybe the guys have, in particular going to these, like machoism. Meditation might be seen as kind of a sissy thing to do, but it's not. How can making your brain healthy be a sissy thing to do? It's just not. We need healthy brains to be healthy people. So what I wanted to do going forward is to try to ask all of you, because I cannot do it alone, anyone that has any skills, going forward probably by Thanksgiving time into the Christmas break. I know we don't have a lot of time when it's not break time, to try to talk to people down at the facility at, what are they called? I'm so sorry. The PE people, and to bring that class back, to rebrand it, remarket it. Some of us have marketing skills and art skills and people skills. Some of us can go put flyers on the walls or go talk to the people. Maybe the Phoenix Center would be willing to chip in on this project because it can help their people too. To bring us all together, to see what we can do together, to try to bring meditation back so that any and all of us can go and rebrand it well enough that people aren't afraid to try it anymore, that it reduces the stigma so that all of us can benefit, and that we can help the veterans that have gone to great lengths and risk their lives to serve our country. Thank you.